Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to the Kathy J Show. I am Kathy J. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out with this half hour. We're going to learn a lot about winterizing your homes this half hour. Remember, you can always find more shows or anything you might have missed at kathyjshow.com. Today, I am hanging out up here at the beautiful Oakwood Homes in Reunion with Dan Castellanos, everybody. He is with Shazam Home Services, and he's a customer
Success Manager for Shazam.
Success Manager. That's the title. I always forget that part. The Customer Success Manager. And Shazam Home Services works with Oakwood Homes, right?
Yes, that's accurate,
Okay,
Kathy.
how do you guys work with Oakwood Homes?
Okay, so basically the owner, Pat Hamill, had a vision to be that one company or warranty company that is not open and shut case. Type scenario, or I like to call it black and white. We're not that black and white. We actually define customer care, caring for the customer, right?
Yeah,
we go above and beyond.
Right.
Even if it's something that's not technically warrantable, we're still going to put eyes on it.
Yes.
And we're going to find you a resolution, whether it's with us together or within yourself and whatnot. But we're that company that wants to go above and beyond and provide that world-class service as you earned it.
Yeah. No, I agree. We work hard for the money that pays for these houses that we buy with Oakwood Homes. And so you really help with warranty stuff, particularly with Oakwood Homes.
I do.
You guys are going to start working with other home builders and stuff. But when you go into a home, when you get that call, someone says, my door isn't shutting right.
Yes.
Okay, so you take it as okay, we got to go in.
Okay.
You take your eyes on it and you walk into the house.
Yes.
What all are you looking for when a door doesn't shut? I would just be like, nope, doesn't shut. What are you looking for?
There's a lot that goes into that. There's a lot of intel to that, right? So I like to get into, say, the settling aspect, right? We have expansive soils in the state of Colorado.
Yes, we've learned about the soils.
Yes,
we have. Right?
Specifically with new home builds, your house is going to settle. Don't freak out. Your house is not sinking. It's just doing what it's supposed to in the state of Colorado. Now, older homes, you probably experienced that here and there, but for new home builds, it's quite common.
Oh, it is? See, I would freak out. I'd be like, it's brand new. Why isn't my door shutting?
Exactly.
So you would show up and go, okay, this is obviously a settling issue.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the kind of stuff you do. You reassure the homeowner that everything everything fix it.
Yeah, Kathy, any and every concerns. It could be settling. It could be, hey, I feel a draft underneath my door.
Yes.
I hear popping on my floor, my HVAC system, whatever the case may be. Myself or one of our technicians or our associates are going to go in there, make contact with you, and get this inspected and get it resolved for us.
Oh, yes. So here's the thing. Since it's the winter, we were like, Oakwood Homes, teach us how to winterize our homes. We might not have new homes, but we all have homes where we want to save some money.
Absolutely.
Right.
Kelly.
So they were like, Dan Castellanos is the guy. You've been doing this for over 20 years,
yeah,
correct?
20 years, 6 years specifically for Oakwood and Shazam.
Yeah.
But I've been in the industry quite some time.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And so
that.
I was like, okay, well, I better get my brawny shirt on. I better get all dressed to get ready to get dirty. We're winterizing the home. We're going to be outside. We're going to be inside.
Yes.
And he shows up like this.
Got my keys, though.
He did. Every workman has his keys. Okay, so in this episode, everybody, we are going to go inside the house and look for drafts, and I'm going to find out how the experts seal up the drafts.
Perfect.
Then we're going to go outside and talk about foundation cracks and that kind of stuff, and your spouts, your gutters,
downspouts,
and sprinklers.
Sprinkler system.
Yeah, those are all things that I need to know.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a personal thing for Kathy. And then we're also going to talk about some HVAC and some fireplaces. So much going on in your house where you can save money and you probably don't even know about it.
Thank you, Kathy. You hit the button on the nose there. I can't wait to get started, and let's do it.
All right. Well, so are you sure you're gonna? This is what
I'm
you
okay.
wear?
I'm okay with this.
All right, fine. Well, I'm still gonna wear this, and we will be right back. Kathy J. Oakwood Homes is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Oakwood Homes, building happiness. Kathy J. Welcome back to the Kathy J Show, everybody. Here we are at the beautiful Oakwood Homes up in Reunion. This is the capstone model, and we're hanging out with Dan Castellanos. He is with Shazam Home Services. Excuse me. Yes, but they repair too, everybody. Okay, so he's telling us the first thing you need to do when you're winterizing your house is walk along and feel it up.
Check for drafts. Fill it up.
Check for drafts, everybody. So I'm literally just going to run my hands along.
That's it, Kathy. Yeah, you want to identify it.
Yeah.
The front door is probably one of your most common entry points for drafts.
Okay.
So with that being said, there's obviously 1, 2, 3, 4 entry points there, right?
Yeah.
So like Kathy was doing, just check around, see if there's any drafts. Obviously, it's quite windy out there right now at the moment.
Yeah, it's really windy,
and,
yes.
This is rather sealed properly, but I'm going to show you what to look for. So
okay, good.
Is it okay if I
go
go
fast? You also
course.
said when looking for drafts, what did you say about the toilet tissue?
If you got thick hands or whatnot, whatever the case may be, if you can't feel it with your hands, put a tissue to it.
And the air will blow the wind.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to identify a draft.
That's totally smart.
Okay,
I didn't
awesome.
think about that. Okay, yeah, because a lot of guys have calluses and
yeah,
stuff.
Exactly.
Can't feel it.
Exactly.
Okay, so show us what we are looking for with a bad door.
Pretty. I'm going to keep this as simple as pie. Okay, so basically, you're going to feel for drafts all around the door. The bottom portion is probably the most common for the front entry, right? So with that being said, you open the door.
Yeah.
You have weather stripping all along the front entry door, right?
Okay.
Now, if this could be torn, it could be chipped. Wear and tear, it's pretty common for even new homes to it's a high traffic area.
I'm coming out. I want to see this. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I see this all the time. Some of it's actually ripped in my house.
Yeah, no, you got to get that replaced, Kathy.
It can't, but it's ripped on that side. Where
It's
the door
okay.
shuts.
These things come in and out. You can pull it out quite easily if I go down below.
So you're saying it's too easy to replace, so don't leave it if it's ripped.
No,
Okay.
you could if you're an Oakwood homeowner, call us, we'll replace it for you.
Okay.
But if you just pull on this tab, whole thing comes out.
Oh.
Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever the case.
They
Ace
come
Hardware.
in rolls, right? And
no, they come in strips.
Okay.
Yeah, they actually come in 9-foot openings or 6-8.
Like I knew
6-8
something.
foot. With that being said, I also want to kind of point out the threshold.
Okay.
These are adjustable thresholds.
What does that mean, adjustable?
Adjustable.
thresholds?
It's got a elevation point, so you could go up or down with this threshold. I'm going to show you how simple this is to adjust. If I could just get my blade in here.
Yeah.
If you see that screw, that's going to dictate how high
the
or vertical.
screw's further down.
Exactly. And
Okay.
if you have a gap, obviously you want to shut that gap to the door. Okay. If your door is too hard to close, then you reduce it. You lower it a little bit, right?
Okay, that's amazing. I had no idea.
With that being said, if you look at the actual door itself, there's a sweep on there.
Oh, this thing.
Yes, that sweep sometimes with time wears out. Same thing with your weather stripping. If you feel a draft there, check that sweep also, because that could be the entry point. So you just got to be thorough, be proactive. You are a homeowner now, and this is probably the largest investment of your life.
Exactly. So now let's go to those windows. Show me what we got to do over there. All right.
Okay, Kathy, so here we are standing in front of a slider, right? So this is also a point of draft entry. So in order for us to try to prevent that, I kind of told you a little trick of the trade, how to hold a tissue to it, but this house is completely energy efficient. But just to tell you, just in case scenario, there's some aspects of this slider. There's some seals within the pane, right? You want to keep those tracks clean.
Yeah.
When the house settles, you may need to adjust some of the vertical adjustments on the sliding door. That would actually prevent the intrusion coming in as well as the functionality of this actual sliding door going back and forth. You don't want it too rigid. You want it nice and smooth at all times. They do sell a dry lubricant for the tracks, but probably the most important part is to keep that section clean. Windows, Kathy?
Yes, here we are.
Okay, here we are, the windows. Okay, so with Oakwood Homes, all the windows that are installed with Oakwood Homes production, they're energy efficient windows.
Right.
So with that being said, some
of us don't have. Some of us don't have them.
Yes.
Okay, so how do we seal them if we don't have the energy efficient windows?
All I have to say is proactiveness, checking the perimeter of the window, making sure it's caulked, the seal of the actual window pane or the window, make sure you're not feeling a draft there. If it is, let's proceed with the next step of getting it inspected, get it investigated, and if need be, getting it replaced.
Yes, get it replaced, but if you can't replace it through this winter, you can check the seals. Make sure this is cleaned, because that can throw the window off the track. Yes, and he said there's nothing wrong with the big sheets of plastic that we blow dry on.
Exactly.
Because you're still keeping the air out.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Air intrusion, no good.
Speaking of the air out, we're about to go outside.
Let's go. Let's do it. I'm excited.
I don't know if I want to. It's cold out there.
It is cold outside.
But you got to do it. Be a proactive homeowner.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Kathy J.
The Colorado Lottery is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. Colorado Lottery, play on.
Kathy J.
Welcome back to the Kathy J Show, everybody. It's windy out here.
It's cold.
Woo, Colorado weather.
Yes.
So we are here with Dan Castellanos. He is with Shazam Home Services. They work with Oakwood Homes, and we're at an Oakwood home up in Reunion, the Capstone house.
Yes.
Now, we just were inside the house, winterizing it. Now we're outside, and Dan is like, it's the gutters and the downspouts.
You're
Kathy.
absolutely right, Kathy.
Why?
Okay, so the importance of this, as you know, this downspout's up.
Yes.
That's a no-go, okay?
Okay, but I just mowed the grass, and I had to put it up.
Kathy, be proactive, okay? You are now a homeowner. With that being said, do you want me to explain why it's so important to put those down?
Yes, please do.
Okay, so just to brief you on that real quick. So if you leave it up, as you can tell, the water's just gonna hit right below the foundation. Now, You want moisture and any type of water away from your foundation as a preventative measure. You don't want moisture around your foundation. Your house is already settling. You don't need any other moisture causing those pains or headaches for you.
But it was just one small rainstorm.
No. That small rainstorm can create a 6 to 8 inch divot right by that downspout on your foundation. So with that being said, thank you, Kathy.
Fine.
Yeah, you got it.
Put it around the bush.
With that being said, you got at least 4 feet spewing out or draining out of your foundation and preventing those damages to your foundation. So with that being said, something that works in conjunction with your downspouts is your actual gutters. You know, if they do make specialty tools to go up there and vacuum your gutters.
Yeah, because most people don't get the leaves out of their gutters.
Correct. You know, you could use an extension ladder. You could access it through your second floor window.
But you got to do it.
You got to do it, Kathy.
Because then it overflows and then you have water going who knows where.
Exactly. You want to get all that moisture, once again, away from your foundation
from the home.
to prevent any type of damages. So
now he's about to show us, Dan is about to show us what can happen to the foundation.
Oh, goodness,
if you don't get the water away from it. The water and the moisture, right? All right.
There is a small divot here from this beam, but that's just the beginning of it. This is still a new home. So
all right, let's go over here.
Let's go do that.
Okay, so Dan says this is your best friend.
That is your best friend.
Okay, why?
It's a sealant, okay? This is Sikaflex. Okay, this is a sealant for all your...
Sikaflex. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, totally. So if I could just maybe back up a little bit. These are called expansion or control joints, right?
Okay.
That's where your concrete is supposed to crack. Now, this is where this comes into play. Sikaflex. It's a concrete sealant. Okay. You want to go in there and seal all these expansion joints, all these control joints. As you can tell, it's already cracking, and that's what it's supposed to do. It's cracking there.
Yeah, down in it. Okay.
Yes, it's cracking there because otherwise it's going to crack in the actual surface of the flatwork.
Okay.
So if you apply this sealant, it prevents moisture to get under the flatwork.
And then cracking that way.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And preventing any type of vertical or horizontal displacement.
Okay.
And concrete cracks by its nature.
Yes.
You can see we call those spider cracks. That's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of there.
Do I want to use this on
Yes,
it?
you do, Kathy.
I do. Okay.
Absolutely. That's going to prevent moisture from going in there and prevent that vertical or horizontal displacement. This is your best friend. As a homeowner, once a year apply this and you're going to save yourself a lot of headache.
I had no idea. Once a year you can do that. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Once a year, usually in spring, summer, it's going to save you a whole lot of money.
Now, speaking of spring, summer, since we're outside, I have to ask you about the sprinklers.
Oh,
because I tell you what, I feel like everybody gets it wrong. How do you blow out the sprinklers? When do you do it? What's going on there?
The state of Colorado actually recommends blowing out your sprinklers at the end of October, early November.
Oh, I did it too early.
No, that's quite all right. We've been having a warm season.
We have been, right.
But with that being said, I can't emphasize enough, use a certified, licensed, bonded irrigation expert or landscaper to blow out your sprinklers unless you're going to do it yourself for that accountability.
Oh, really? Okay,
yeah,
because you're dealing with pipes. If you don't blow out your sprinklers, what kind of problems are you going to have?
You could blow out one of your sprinkler heads. You could crack a horizontal line. Crack it. If it's not done right, you can freeze your whole system, things of that nature. You lose the cap on the actual irrigation tree. So the list can go on and on. So that's why it's so important to have a certified, licensed, bonded landscaper or irrigation expert to blow out your sprinklers. Again, unless you're going to do it yourself. That way, if something does go wrong, you can hold them accountable and have them come back and rectify the situation.
And a good tip Dan told me, it was, I don't know if you remember, but it was when you're doing the aeration, that's also when you do your sprinklers.
Yes.
At the end, it's fall and spring.
Perfect.
Perfect time to do both of them.
I could high five you right now.
You can high five me. All right, Dan. All right, so when we're outside, let's recap one more time.
Please.
When we're outside, we want to make sure that your gutters are clean.
Gutters are clean.
Because the water will go the wrong way if the gutters aren't clean.
Absolutely.
Then speaking of that water, it wants to go down and you want to have the spout down.
Away from your foundation.
Away from the foundation, so it goes that way. And then when it comes to this foundation, if you see cracks, don't be scared to put that sealant on them.
Sikaflex. Concrete sealer.
And it's clear.
This one's gray. They have almond color. They have red.
So it matches the concrete.
Exactly.
So smart.
Yeah.
All right.
Huge saver.
All right. And then of course everybody blow out your sprinklers if you have a sprinkler system, but definitely aerate that lawn and keep it
at the
going.
same time.
Because you don't want dirt out there. There's mud, and then it comes in the house, and you just got a nice house.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. All right. So when we come back, we're going back in the house because Kathy's cold.
Yes, we're all cold.
But we're going to talk about the HVAC.
Let's talk about
I
the
have
HVAC.
questions. Okay. All right. We'll be
it.
back. All right.
Kathy J.
Ramos Law is an official partner of the Kathy J Show. He's a medical doctor and a lawyer. Ramos Law. What makes us different makes us better. I'm going to say you do. Welcome back to the show, everybody. So we are hanging out today with Dan Castellanos. He's with Shazam Home Services, everybody. They work with Oakwood Homes. This is the #1 oversight, forgetfulness thing that homeowners do.
It is, Kathy. It's not that difficult to remember. We're all calendar frenzy nowadays, so just put it on your calendar, write it on your whiteboard, put it on your refrigerator. It is probably the single most important thing you could do for your HVAC system.
I was going to say, what is it that we all forget to do?
Change out your furnace
Change
filter.
the filter in the furnace. I told him, I go, my first house, I don't know if I ever did that. Okay, so we're at the house, and so every month, how often do I have to change
Once a month. Filter? It says it right here. Urgent, every month. Change it. They have slots for you to put the time slots that you change it.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow, they really want you to change that filter.
They do. It's again, I can't emphasize enough, Kathy. It's probably the single most important thing you could do for your furnace/HVAC system. Okay.
So what happens if I don't change?
If you don't change it, it's going to cake on that filter. You're not going to get that ventilation, that airflow going to your registers throughout the house. Oh. It's going to be minimized extremely.
And then it's like I'm hurting my furnace.
Yes.
I'm trying my furnace.
It's working that much harder. Okay, so we're COVID happy, right? We're supposed to wear those masks. Imagine wearing 3 or 4 of those masks at one time.
You couldn't
that's what your furnace is doing.
Oh yeah, you don't want that. Okay, so how do we change a filter?
Okay, so this is pretty basic. It's a carrier furnace, right?
Yes.
With that being said, every month, once again, a lot of these things have clips or openings that you have to just unclip. This one has a magnet.
Okay.
A lot of the actual HVAC.
Are you serious?
Companies,
that's a magnet?
That's a magnet.
That's a magnet! Okay.
We try to simplify it for our homeowners, right? So
How
you take
easy.
it up.
Okay.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, so there's the opening. Okay. I like to put all the extra filters close to the furnace so it's easy accessible.
You just store them right there?
Yeah, store it right next to it. That way it's easy accessible. You don't have to worry about it. When you're down to 1, maybe put it on your to-do list to go to Home Depot or contact us to get you some more.
You'll have a month to get more.
Yes, they're not that expensive. One of these filters is probably around $2 to $3.
Are you serious?
That's it.
Oh, I'm so ashamed.
Believe it or not, maybe I'm telling you too much information, but some of the HVAC companies say the cheapest ones work better for airflow.
Really?
Okay? So the one I'm going to pull out is actually it's like a $20 filter, and there's no need to spend that much to get the airflow going in your
I like to hear that, Dan. Okay, how do you pull it out?
Okay, so you just reach in there, get the filter, pull it out. See how this one's quite dirty?
How do I know it's dirty? Oh, wait, because I guess you could just hold it up.
Totally. Compare it. You see that?
Oh, yeah, I see
it's gray, that one's white.
Yeah,
so it does need to be changed out. I've seen these caked on there.
Like you said, 3 masks
almost. Yes, like they haven't changed it in 1 year. It's bad.
Think about what you're doing to the air in your house.
Yes, the people that breathe, the kids, your family, whatever the case may be.
If you have a smoker in the house and you're not changing out your filter, oh my gosh. Okay.
Exactly. So with that being said, just one thing I want to point out. This thing doesn't have an airflow property, right? So the airflow is going up to that ventilation point.
Okay, well, how do I know that?
Okay, so there's an opening in there.
Yeah.
And that's where the air gets sucked into.
And which side of this do I need to go that way?
Wherever the arrow's pointing.
Oh, the arrow.
Yeah.
Again, they make it real easy for you.
Yeah,
all right, put it in there.
It's foolproof almost. So with that being said.
You say it's foolproof.
I know, right?
And it is Kathy proof. And that's it? It just sits just like that?
It sits in there. It actually sucks itself into the actual component.
Do you want to see? Get in there. See how it just sits on the side in there. Okay, over to the side. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Again, that's some homeowner maintenance. We actually cover that during our 4 seasonal maintenance courtesies that we do. We do those 4 times a year, and we'll come in here and change your filter every single time if you have not done so already.
Shazam Home Services does with Oakwood Homes.
Yeah.
Look at that. I got myself a new filter. I did it myself, everybody. Thank you so much, Dan.
You're welcome, Kathy.
So before I let you go,
yes.
What do you want to tell everybody about being a good homeowner? Like you said, be proactive.
That you hit the button on the nose, Kathy. Be proactive. If you guys need help, contact us or contact somebody to help you. Typically somebody licensed, insured, and bonded. If you're an Oakwood homeowner, we're here to help. But typically, generally, be proactive.
Yep.
Kind of predict the weather or what's going to happen with your entry points, your front door, your windows, your furnace, your downspouts, your concrete. We get a lot of elements in the state of Colorado, so there's a need or a necessity to be proactive.
You're great. Thank you so much, Dan. Thank you so much.
Kathy.
I had the best time today.
I appreciate you.
Can you help me out?
Yeah, of course. Come on up. Come on up.
So much work to do. It was a lot of work. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much to Dan Castellanos and our friends at Oakwood Homes for showing us how to winterize our homes. I loved walking around the model homes with you at Reunion. So thank you, Oakwood Homes. And you know what? To help us save money, Dan also said, you know what? Here's the thing that you got to do for when you're checking for drafts and all that, there's that thing. But what do you leave that thermostat at? He wanted you to know that you got to keep it between 68 and 70 degrees while you're home. Maybe get into the mid 60s while you're sleeping, but leave it around 68 to 70 because you never never want the house to get too cold that you have to overwork your furnace to reheat your house. So there were their tips for there. And also, everybody, make sure that your batteries are in the smoke detectors and the carbon monoxide detectors, because winter is the #1 time for residential fires, everybody. So when it comes to the frozen pipes, here you go. If you haven't lost power, but you still got heat, you got to open up the cabinets, open up the kitchen and bathroom cabinets. That's going to get the warm air from the house circulating around your plumbing fixtures. Leave some faucets running at a little drip with warm water to prevent the freezing pipes inside the house. See? All that. So much that you can do to make sure that your investment in your house goes a long way. Happy holidays, and we'll see you tomorrow, everybody.
Kathy J.